hour was absolutely amazing. Atlantic Bay, we heard from my good buddy Brian Holland, but we have so much more in store. Please chime in, share the links you see, and the best, we are just getting started. So thank you so much.
We're in. So we are in with our Playhouse building contest. It has been an awesome time in here.
At Rock Solid Foundation, we build hope for kids with cancer. We provide ready bags to families when their child is first diagnosed, and we surprise them with play sets in their backyards. We do this to let them know they're not alone, and to allow their kids to escape the cancer world and do what they do best, play. Over the past 10 years, we've impacted thousands of families, and we're just getting started. But we can't do it without you. To help us kick off our 10th anniversary, we're asking Rock Solid supporters to donate $10 a month. That's it, just $10. It's not much, the cost of 2 fancy cups of coffee or a lunch out. But what if you did it, and then asked a few friends to do it, and then they asked a few friends to do it? Think about the impact that could have. We believe it's the formula for play. Learn more at rocksolidfoundation.org.
Wait. This team cheated?
XP Network in the house. I don't know if this thing is live, but I'm just talking with it. It's great. It's not live, but recording.
I mean, we are here with an organization that hopefully builds people up, teaches integrity, and, you know, I mean, these are strong accusations. Go ahead.
So exactly what happened is this team over here put these lovely flower pots in the wrong place. But while we were on break, this team over here actually stole the bench from the other team. So what we're going to do here is we have a cancer warrior with us, Bill, behind us. So what's going to happen right here is everybody is going to get pied. We have 8 pies, and Bill is going to be pieing all of you.
Get out of the way. I am going to scoot out of the way, and Bill, I mean, I'm glad you're here, but I'm also glad that you get to do this because it's a pretty big guy, some of them. Might run.
Will's going first. Will, that's the last one.
Oh.
Next pie is going to be Lauren behind Will. Come up here, Tommy.
It's for the kids. It's for the kids. Oh. I want to get away from the pies. Oh! And look, we have a mama bear down. Mama bear down, Christy. Oh! Okay. Well, guys, it seems like this didn't really go as planned, but we are all about play. And I would say these two teams, they have definitely shown us the value of play, and that well, even with their faces looking a mess, this is actually hilarious. All the grown men, I'm sorry, are the funny part with the half pies in their face. I just want to say thanks for joining us. You know, Bill came in at the right time, and I don't know if this is what he meant to do with his day, but I think pieing people in the face is pretty awesome. So we're going to actually kick it back to Eric, who is going to intro our video with our West Coast Rock Solid family. Let's go. All right, Eric, you ready to kick us off on our video from our West Coast Rock Solid family?
We are, but have a seat. We're gonna chat a little bit more. I think we got a couple cool things to talk about. Oh, he's got pie in his face. It's amazing.
So Bill just pied all of them. He came in.
So everyone got pie?
all of them got tied because they actually, one team cheated and stole something from the other team, and then the other team well, they were with us.
Okay.
The other team put flower pots in the wrong place. I mean, it was kind of a mess.
Gotcha. Well, in this next hour, again, one of Rock Solid's values is to test hard and pivot often, and that's what we're doing. We're still here in Norfolk. We've still got our call center going on, so if your phone rings, you see 757-966-5500. Please chime in. Please help push Play Defeats Cancer. We truly believe that. We have so much more in store for you that we have going on. Right now, what the schedule shows, it's supposed to go coast to coast. We're going to kind of work through that. Actually, I just want to reiterate. So we did a Facebook Live video a couple days ago, and I just want to know, I think I asked you, but why is it so important that, I want to know why you're sitting here, and why, so you've given up 9 hours plus some of your day in your life. You got a beautiful family at home. Bruce is holding it down right now. Tell me a little bit about you and why you're sitting here right now.
So today I am here because I have learned that my why for being involved in Rock Solid, even if it's something where I'm just maybe posting a Facebook post about awareness or committing several days of my time to something, it truly is because I want others to experience what I experienced when I got to see just the power of one person making an impact on one child, one family, and then bringing alongside friends to do it with me. The first build I went to, I had 4 friends with me. 2 of them I worked with, and there were 2 students that I taught. And as a teacher, when I got to do that, I saw people be ignited in a new way, where they saw that not just serving through some opportunities where you go and you're like, hey, it's not really my thing, but I'm just going to try this. I saw them just ignited and passionate about helping and help love and serve these families. And so for me, why I'm sitting here now is I want people on the other side of this to see that you can contribute $10 no matter your financial situation, because guys, what you do with the little you will always do when you get more.
Absolutely.
And so what you do now, if you need to sacrifice eating out twice a month, and right now that's McDonald's for you and you love it, and you need to sacrifice that to give $10.
Like loving it or not? Anyways.
I don't know. I'm just rambling about it. I think it's awesome. Or if you're somebody that you're like, I legit don't notice $10 as in like, I don't know where it would come from because I spend $10 every day on lunch out or on, driving around, picking up my kids and taking them places every day. No matter what your position is, when you do things where you are now, it will literally multiply in your life later on. So for me, getting to give this much time was because I prioritized it. Once I knew in my heart the Rock Solid is something I wanted to be invested in, I prioritized it. So my family, we don't have a lot of things that we as a family agree that, hey, this is a priority and we're going to give time, money to, and this is one of the things that we decided, yes, it's a priority for us. And so for our family, it's all of us that are involved, and in different ways. My husband watching this, he doesn't want to be sitting here doing this.
But I do got to give Bruce hats off. Bruce will be on a build site, helping build, helping lead other people to helping building hope for kids with cancer. So guys, again, keeping the main thing is we're still raising money for children with pediatric cancer. We're celebrating our 10th year. We need 10 people to help us give $10 a month. It's the Netflix mentality. It's the Netflix model that you don't miss $10. And I promise you, we will be investing this money into the community that we so desperately love. And we will be putting ready bags in places to where that they need desperately for the ready bags to go. And I promise you, just think about it. On the worst day of a human's life, when their child's diagnosed with cancer, we're able to give them something. And our hope is that it's just a little bit of sense that someone out there that doesn't even know them loves them. And really, that's what it's about. So you're looking at that and talking about this bag is given to a mama bear when she is sitting there with the lights turned down. You hear the beeping of the monitors from all of the stuff that the kids are hooked up onto. And the fact is that she's going to look down.
Yes,
She's going to look down. And she's going to see the bag right off to the side, and she's going to realize that people love them. And so thank you so much for going on. And so other than that, guys, keep chiming in. We're working on it still back here. You'll see other segments of us stuff, making things work. Ashley, thank you for sharing your heart, and we'll check back within you probably within the next few minutes. So thank you, guys.
So what's happening?
Hey, my name's Doug Kegeving. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer for Gagliardi Group, and today we are putting for a purpose. Our purpose at Gagliardi Group is serving food to serve others. That means we're going to do everything we can to take care of the franchisees, take care of the employees, and take care of the customers. In the end, they spend their hard-earned money and they take care of us. Instead of us just putting all the money in our pockets, we feel it's our duty to give back. And so today, that's one thing we're doing, but we like having fun with it. So one of the things we're doing is we're building a miniature golf course out of cans. Most creative miniature golf course wins a prize. Whoever gets the most hole-in-ones gets a prize. It's a lot of fun. And even in the room next to us, we're working with the Rock Solid Foundation, and we're building playgrounds for kids with pediatric cancer. They aren't able to go play with other kids because they have cancer. They can't go out to the parks. We're putting playgrounds in their backyard just so they can get back and play again. So between miniature golf, all this canned food going to the San Diego Food Bank, and the Rock Solid Foundation building play sets, we're having an absolute blast. Grab that Sharpie and you get to write a message to the kid on the playground. Now, the kid right now is on property. He is having ice cream with his family. He has no idea what he's here for. We're going to go in here, we're going to sign that playground, give a message of hope, give a message of have fun, give a message, hey, leave your phone number for him to call you, or whatever.
Check it out, buddy. Go ahead, man. Go check it out.
Cannot thank you guys enough. Wiener Schnitzel, Rock Solid. You guys are so amazing, and everybody here. What you've done and how great it's going to be when we get to have the big reveal tomorrow. I'm sure he'll kind of forget by the morning on what exactly happened here and what's going to happen tomorrow. So it'll be all new surprise for him. So he'll be real excited.
So this build has been different from the rest probably since the very beginning. We had a unique opportunity. We partnered with Wiener Schnitzel and the Gagliardi Group, and they called us. They were like, hey, what if we're able to build a swing set for a child in San Diego? But I'm like, sure, absolutely, let's do it. But then it kind of went a little bit further, and they were like, well, what if we were to be able to build it in Hotel Del Coronado? And so with that, I was like, absolutely, because I'm pretty sure that we may have been the only people that have ever built a swing set in one of the ballrooms at Hotel Del Coronado. And so just with all that history there, and then we were able to bring all the franchisees on. It was their national convention. So all the franchisees, owners came, they were able to see us put together this swing set inside of a hotel. But then the coolest part was we were able to present it and give it to the family the day. So we had hundreds of people gathered around this swing set, and the family came in. And it was probably one of the most emotional things that I've been blessed to be a part of a lot of different things with Rock Solid, but it's probably one of the most emotional moments that I've had. You could just see the relief in the family's eyes, just like that. And I feel like we allowed them to escape cancer just for that moment because they were rock stars, man. And they got to hang out in a really cool hotel. Yesterday, after we were able to present to the family, we had to it was cool building it, but then we had to get the swing set out of the hotel, so that presented a couple challenges. But we disassembled everything and we loaded it into a back of a box truck, got up super early the next day, and then we've had to be able to bring it and assemble it in the backyard, which you see right behind me. A group of volunteers from the Navy and from Wiener Schnitzel came together, and they made the magic happen right behind me. Hey Karen, thank you so much, Karen Ghilardi with Wiener Schnitzel, for joining us and chiming in all the way from the West Coast. I know it's early for you out there, so thank you for joining in with us, and I'm excited just to spend a little bit of time with you. You doing okay today?
Yeah, great. How's it going there?
Good. It's cold here in Virginia. So with you, I imagine, I just heard some birds in the background before we started to get started. So it's nice and sunny in Southern California, so that's good. So Karen, before we get started, can you just tell our audience really what you do for the Ghilardi Group and Wiener Schnitzel? Tell a little bit about Wiener Schnitzel, and then really we'll get into kind of what we're going to be talking about.
Sure. So Wiener Schnitzel, we are a quick serve restaurant chain, mainly in the West Coast, serving hot dogs and hamburgers. Founded in 1961, and it's a family-owned business still. My father's the founder.
Very cool.
And my responsibility, what I do at the Ghilardi Group is the parent company, and what I do is I am in CSR, so my title is corporate community relations and giving.
Okay. And
so I'm sort of involving the whole office and our franchisees and everyone in, giving back in our communities.
Very cool. So the Ghilardi Group, Wiener Schnitzel, they're the ones that kind of run the corporation side, but then you really live out the values of the Ghilardi Group and Wiener Schnitzel. And I think from just a little bit of time that I've gotten to know you, through the transition of you all becoming more involved with the organization, y'all's mission statement has always rang true with me, and I think that I can literally see you guys living it out. Can you tell a little bit about your mission statement and what that stands for?
Our mission statement is serving food to serve others, and what we strive to do every day is not just serve food, obviously, because that's how we make our money, but to serve others in what we're doing. So whatever we're making, the more we make, the more we can help people.
Right.
And serving others in our communities, basically, that we serve and beyond.
Very cool. Now, one of the questions that we have right here is, how were you first introduced to Rock Solid Foundation? Gotta think back.
I think it was about 3 years ago, and as you know, you were friends with our CEO, Cindy Ghilardi Culpepper, and her husband, David Culpepper, and so I was introduced. I'm trying to think the first time that we met. I was told about the foundation by Cindy, and she was just so excited about it and really wanted me to check it out. And of course, we had a build. Our first build was in San Diego.
I remember you were driving a huge truck. It was a huge truck, and I think you tried to valet the truck, and they were like, not happening.
Yeah, I drove the huge, what we call the Wiener van, into San Diego, tried to valet it, and did our first build, and it was just hooked from there. It was just such an awesome experience.
Talk to me about, so you've seen it, so really with the playset side, and that's what we're building and doing in California and kind of the Western region, is talk to me about that moment. So after the playset's been constructed and everybody, all the volunteers are hanging around, and when that child and that family comes around the corner, talk to me a little bit about that and kind of what that means to you, and really just standing at the forefront with Wienerschnitzel?
Yeah, it's just such a, it's almost hard to explain. It's just such a moment of, you know, putting everything together and watching everyone chip in and, you know, meeting the family beforehand and hearing the story of what they're going through, and then just watching the happiness on their face when not only when they leave in the limo, but when they come around when they come back and they come around the corner and the little boy or little girl and the entire family really sees the playset, and just the emotion and the joy that I see in everybody that's there, as well as the family and the it's just an amazing thing to know that you're creating joy in this family and letting the child basically be a child again.
Right, and I think it's pretty neat. Like, we deal, like, cancer is such this dark situation, and what we do is we bring laughter into that situation from you guys, Wienerschnitzel, the staff, the volunteers, and with the family. And laughter, I truly see it time and time again, and you've seen it. The laughter cripples that darkness. And so with that, we're able just to bring light and just to really be able to love and serve this family. And so I think I know the answer to this question, but why have you all, Wienerschnitzel, made this a priority with your organization and your company?
I mean, because we love children. We were originally helping out with Chalk in Orange County, so it was such a perfect fit. We also can, involve everyone, not only just, our corporate or franchisees, and basically to just help people in our communities that, to love and serve, as we say, to on the kids and the families in our communities that, are going through a really tough time.
Yeah, no, and that's what I mean. And just, again, me getting to know you on, along with Wienerschnitzel on a personal level, I just see y'all's value lived out every time that y'all step foot onto a build site. And it really is. It's the more hot dogs that you serve, the more that you can love and serve the community. And I know that Wienerschnitzel is bigger than that, but putting it simple, people love simplicity. It's you guys serve food to serve others. And I think it's absolutely amazing. Tell me a little bit what you've heard from the franchisees, or what does your team members get out of partnering with Rock Solid Foundation?
I mean, really, every single, there's not been one time when they haven't absolutely loved it and said, we want to come back, we want you guys to come back, we want to do more, we want to help. So it just feeds on itself as far as people wanting to help and serve other people. And it's just awesome to see, because a lot of times, reluctantly, they come sort of, because, they're not sure about it.
Right.
And then by the end of the day, they're just like, the next time, I'm in.
Yep.
And so it's just such a cool thing to see that to really get people involved. Some people who have never really, maybe helped other people out in the past.
Right. I think it is a game changer, and it's the difference. You just touched on it. When they first show up, they feel like they have to be there.
Yeah.
And then by the time they leave, they get to be there. And there's a true distinct, like, you can truly see the difference between get to and have to. And I think that's one of my favorite parts, is watching people really come to life that has never had an opportunity to love another human being in their entire life, and that we show them how simple it is to really just a couple hours out of your day come love and serve this family that's in such a desperate situation, and it makes such a huge difference. It's simple but significant. So how many projects did the Gagliardi Group and Wienerschnitzel partner with us this year in the western part of the states?
I believe it's about 15.
Okay.
I think we had 15 on the books, and then we couldn't do, so I think we did 14.
Very nice. And so that right there, and it started with one. It started with the power of one. I believe one of y'all's family friends his daughter got diagnosed, and then Cindy reached out and said, hey, can we take this thing on the road? So that was the power of one. That was 2 years ago. And I think the craziest part is now we've done well over, I would at least say above 25 projects with Wienerschnitzel. That's an awesome number, but really what the significant number about that and what's so great about it, that's 25 families that their life has been forever changed due to Wienerschnitzel and the partnership with Rock Solid. So I think that's simple but significant. So moving forward, so let's celebrate 15 projects this year, 25 plus since our partnership. What does next year look like with you guys? What are y'all looking to try to do, and what type of game-changing stuff are we going to be doing next year?
Well, like as you know, this year we not only did Southern California, but some other areas as well. And this year we're shooting for the same thing. We're going to hopefully do 3 more than that, 3 more builds next year, and involve sometime the hospitals that we're using it already. Excuse me.
Right.
And just basically have just keep upping the game, keep doing more and more. Our hope is that we can, just build every year and do more.
Yep. If you could say one thing to an organization, and sorry, this isn't on your script, and you know that I'm good for asking random questions. If you could tell someone one thing that's in the same position as you, as like in charge of corporate relations or community giving, or just anybody that owns a business, why is it important? Why is it important to partner with Rock Solid Foundation?
It has everything. Like I think you say sometimes, like you can touch it, feel it, just everything. You can bring people in. Not only are you just helping people, but you bring people in from your company, and they get to volunteer their time, which is not always easy to find something that's so intimate.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of there's a lot of volunteer opportunities, but this is very intimate, and you get to really see who you're helping, and it just. Everyone that has come on board, that has volunteered, that has donated, has just 100% loved it. 100%. They're always like, let's do more.
Awesome. Karen, I love you. I love everybody at Wiener Schnitzel. I think your hashtag is Wiener Fam. So I definitely love the Wiener Fam, and I appreciate you getting up so early in California to connect with us. And I'll be back out probably the first of the year. Looking forward to connecting with you then. And then we'll talk with you soon. Hey, what's up, guys? We are super excited.
Yes, we are.
Great things going on, and we are just getting started. No matter what, Rock Solid Foundation and the cancer community today is winning. And we cannot have done it without you. Ashley, I got some phenomenal news right now.
I can't wait.
So I'm not that much of a numbers guys, but these numbers are extremely important. Donors for the last hour, even with all the technical difficulties, we had 12 new donors last hour. That is amazing. Recurring donors, we had 5. Total recurring donorship today is absolutely amazing. Right now, on a monthly basis, we're at $1,680 recurring donations. Hands down, our team over there is doing phenomenal. Total donations for the hour, $2,065. Yep.
It's awesome.
And today, 188 people donated throughout the day. That is phenomenal. And this is the part that I'm most excited about, is we are pushing $14,000 for the entire day. Come on, guys. You guys are doing absolutely amazing.
Great job.
And we have so much in store for you. And I don't know if I'm talking really loud or not. My hearing's a little bad. Ashley, how are we doing? What else?
I mean, there are a lot of things in my card, but nothing is as exciting to me as close to 200 unique donors today. Plus, I feel like, for me, I'm thinking we're going to at least double it in the next 3.5 hours before we end.
With what we have in store coming up, I promise you, if you've missed anything else, you can connect back. You can follow the YouTube link. I believe that's up there. We are streaming live from YouTube. We are working our butts off to try to make this thing happen, and we have some amazing volunteers.
Yeah. And we get to do this. We keep saying that over and over again, but we want to make sure that everyone watching understands that we're excited, we're positive, and we're anticipating and expecting big things throughout the rest of the afternoon and evening.
That word expecting is pretty powerful, because we're not saying expecting out of being cocky. What we're expecting is from day one, Rock Solid Foundation never had a hope or a prayer. And the crazy thing is, with the power of community, people rallying behind this, like, we have a track record, and it's not just a track record of success. We have a track record from loving and serving our volunteers and loving and serving our families, and I'm so pumped right now. It's just great, and I know it's hard to keep me with loss of words, but the people that we have here today is phenomenal.
It is, and being part of it is one of the most exciting things I've ever done. So I'm going to reel us back in. Oh, wait! I got to celebrate. Every time we hear that cowbell, just to remind you as you're watching, it means another person, another family got connected to what we're doing here today.
Yep.
So we are going to have a pie in the face going on. I was trying to avoid it, but it's on the third card. And it's on, so I won't avoid it. So if there are 10 or more, which is actually not our goal. Our goal is 20 or more new donors.
Say 30.
This
I know that's pushing it, but we are expecting the community has rallied behind us. We're looking for 30 more in this next hour. We're looking for 30 people to give $10 a month to help us change the life for another family with pediatric cancer. And we hope and we pray that we will hit that number because you guys haven't let us down yet.
Yes.
And we have amazing people here calling people.
Yep. And you know what you can do? You be the first one and then literally pull out your cell phone and the past 5 people that you have talked to on your cell phone and the day and age we live in, I can guarantee that those people are people that you have a relational connection and you have influence over them. And this is an influence for good, guys. You're not trying to get them to do something that doesn't make sense for who they are or for making this world a better place. So go ahead and do it. Be bold, be brave, and we're just expecting big things.
So what you're saying, the last 5 people that you talked to and or texted, you just get them to go through the line.
Both.
Yep. So good.
Because those are probably your closest people in your life. And what we're going to do now is we're actually
going to intro. We got some intro North Carolina.
Oh, good. Perfect. Just wanted to make sure.
Ashley Martin is amazing, FYI, so it's great.
She is.
Go ahead.
So we're going to
40 seconds.
We're going to talk now. Actually, we're going to introduce now our North Carolina team, and what's happening there is so exciting. And we have a little bit of a celebrity interview.
We do.
And it's pretty awesome. We're going to have Kara from our North Carolina office.
Which, Kara, I got to give her a huge shout out. Her and her husband, Kara Bonvillain and John Bonvillain, they signed up with us, meaning sign up. They've taken the challenge to launch Rock Solid North Carolina, and they have been doing phenomenal.
Amazing.
They've been down in that community for about 1.5 years right now, and they have been able to love and serve that community. Kara is a cancer survivor, and with that, I'm telling you, that young lady, that amazing team between Kara and John, they got some life in them, and they're not stopping, and they're not stopping to grow a logo. That's the craziest part. They're stopping, and they're making things happen to build hope for these amazing families. They have a phenomenal story to tell.
Awesome.
So let's chime in and check in with our amazing North Carolina, Kara Bonvillain.
Hey, y'all. I'm Kara, and I'm the North Carolina Program Coordinator for Rock Solid Foundation. And I'm standing here with Hall of Fame NASCAR legend Richard Childress, who has been a huge part in Rock Solid's growth in this state of North Carolina for about 1 year now. So going back to that day that we met at your winery, what was it that first intrigued you about Rock Solid Foundation?
Well, we met today at our winery, and we got to talking about our passion for wine and our passion for children and children in need. And you got to tell me about Rock Solid Foundation and what they did. And I told you that we had the Childress Institute, and it's for children, so is Rock Solid. And we got to talking, and the more you told me about it, the more I really thought this is something that I needed to be involved with, RCR needed to be involved with. And it's really just such a passion to make a difference in children's lives and to make a difference in the families. That's the thing that people don't understand is when a child has like cancer or trauma or something, the families go through a tough time. And that's one of the things that intrigued me so much about Rock Solid. The families are included, and these bill sets are amazing.
Just after one conversation with this man, he willingly offered to help Rock Solid establish a relationship with Brenner, which is our local children's hospital here, through our Rock Solid Ready Bags. So every single family and child that is diagnosed with pediatric cancer started receiving these bags a lot faster after Richard got involved. And that kind of seems like a common theme with you. Pretty much everything you do, it's fast, which I'm totally okay with. But what was it about this bag that you wanted local families to start receiving?
Well, when the family gets this bag, it has so much in it. It's got a iPad, I think. It has other components that the family can use when they're there with their children at the hospitals, and it's a unique piece. I thought it was just wonderful to be able to give this to the families, especially when the child has cancer.
And around the same time that I met you, a friend of mine had reached out to me about a local family in Clemens whose daughter, Abby, was diagnosed with leukemia. And I remember talking to you about Abby for the first time. And I specifically remember, before I could even formally ask you if you'd be interested in sponsoring a playset build for Abby, you stopped me and said, Kara, I want to build hope for this family. So fast forward to May 30th, where you and your NASCAR team came out to Abby's backyard and literally built the playset in record time. I know, shocking.
Fast.
Very fast. That day, though, take me back to Abby's backyard, and what was your experience, and what did your team learn from it or come out of it?
Well, to start with, the first thing I thought about was team building. And that's what, when we went to build the play set for Abby, you know, I talked to all the guys here at the shop and ladies, and I said, here's what I want to do. Who wants to get involved? We only wanted to bring about 23 or 24 people, and we had about 50 people here wanted to go. So that'll open a door for later. Once everyone at RCR understood how important this was to touch a family's life and to touch a little girl that was going through leukemia, there was no doubt we were all in. And when we're all in at RCR, we're all in. And I told them, I said, we got to break records over there. And we built it in a record time. Then everybody was there waiting for Abby to get there, and we started doing landscaping and all different things we could do to help Abby and her family. And I never will forget, one of the most memorable parts of that, Kara, was when her mother walked her around the corner. First off, we sent Abby, her friends, and family to have breakfast. In a limo. We put them in a limo. That's the way the Rock Solid Foundation does it, to have the child away and their family. And then they went and did Build-A-Bear. And after they did Build-A-Bear, the limo came back and we had the play set done, the landscaping, and her mother walked around the corner with her, and she had her in her arms and had her hand over her eyes. And I never will forget the look on Abby's face when she looked up and she saw the play set. It was just amazing. And that part right there won me over for Rock Solid Foundation and what you do, Kara, and the passion that you and your group shows for these children. And just that one moment, to me, made everything worth it, was to get to see Abby and how special that was.
It was the perfect moment. And since Abby's playset build, Richard has generously donated a box truck to Rock Solid. We're really excited about this particular box truck because it's the first time that we will have a professional wrap job, and a picture of Abby on her playset will be featured on that box truck. So we're super excited. I cannot wait to see the box truck. But as we are wrapping up 2018, what does next year look like for you in regards to Rock Solid? You
know, I'm so impressed with, like I say, the foundation and how you touch children. I want to get more people involved, and we want to build 2 play sets next year, one with RCR, one with ECR, and I think there may be one more special one you and I have talked about of a child that's really in need of something, and hopefully these children will live many years and outgrow these play sets. That's our goal. We're giving them hope for the future, and that's our at Rock Solid. So I think we're going to do 2 next year, and hopefully I got some other friends that's going to do some more, because the more we can do for these children and their families and Rock Solid, it's a special time.
I know that personally I am so excited to build more hope with you next year, but I'll also be more prepared knowing that these guys tend to finish with about 2 hours to spare. I'm going to bring my laundry, we can clean my car, maybe I can even race you in my new box truck.
There you
How
go.
about that?
We can tune it up where it'll be the fastest box truck in the world.
But in all seriousness, Richard, thank you. Thank you for supporting our mission, and thank you for helping us build hope for more and more families in North Carolina. Yep. Couldn't do it without you.
Well, thank you, Kara. It's been great to be able to see the satisfaction in the families, and Kara sent me the different bills that you did.
I do send you a picture.
And to see the smiles on the children's faces after a bill, when they see the play set in place, that makes it all worth it. And thank you for what you do, and thank everyone with Rock Solid Foundation for what you do for the children.
So cheers to 2018, an amazing year, but to 2019 and all of the future families and kiddos that we're going to be able to love and serve together.
Cheers. Happy days.
We have had an awesome hour so far, and I'm not going to lie to y'all. It's like really, really hard for me to sit down after hearing those numbers and then hearing about how we are just spreading hope all across the United States, and I mean, I believe the world, because we're reaching the world right now through this Facebook Live-a-thon.
Absolutely.
So I'm pumped, and again, it's hard for me to sit down. I'm not going to act too crazy right now, but that number... Not yet. Coming up next hour. But that number has just gotten me even more excited. So we checked in with the Wiener fam, also with Kara and Richard Childress in North Carolina, and we got to celebrate the winners of the Playhouse Building Contest. Yep. And they all got pies in the face.
They did, because one of them cheated. Not really, but they were, cheated sounded so bad. But
they did not act with integrity.
They did not act with integrity.
Mm-hmm. And that's something that's pretty important to all of us around here.
Sorry. It's been an amazing day. Super excited. The special guest was absolutely cool. He before he flew out to the next race, Richard Childress, that's pretty big time. He has jumped on board. They actually did a playset build with us a couple months ago, and it was hands down. He brought his pit crew and some of his engineers, and I'm not kidding. It was one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life. The way that these guys got out of the van, I felt like there was white smoke and it was slow motion. So that was pretty amazing. And then, I kid you not, Richard Childress, RCR, has the record for building the fastest playset ever known, I think, to mankind in all of the galaxies. It was incredible.
All of them?
Like all of them. I kid you not, one of the race car drivers which was there, he was holding up the board, and one of his guys was like, they built this thing in, I think, in an hour and 15 minutes with mulch. Hands down, they were phenomenal. Childress, we love you. Thank you so much. Kara, phenomenal job in North Carolina. You're straight killing it. And there is a lot of families that we get to love and serve by you all dedicated. I am looking at the clock. I'm so sorry for you to dedicate. Thank you guys so much.
And we actually have a volunteer to give the Busch Gardens tickets to, because we were not able to during the last hour with all of our awesome opportunities for change through what was going on with all the technical fun, right?
Right.
We got to win. We got to learn.
We are bringing
and
her
now
out
we're going to
here
bring
right now.
up a volunteer that we're going to give the Christmas Town tickets to. So, Eric, who do we have?
You! Right now, right. This is amazing person. Let's get a round of applause.
Yes! Come on.
Thank you so much.
I love that.
Thank you. I'll let Kelly tell a little bit about who we have and why she's so absolutely amazing.
We have Miss Candy here. Candy came to us about 2 months ago, showed up to a golf tournament, and has been amazing to us ever since. Today she has been totaling all of our donations, doing calculations to find out to the hour, to the reoccurring donors. And so for that, we just want to thank her and give her the Busch Garden tickets to Christmas Town.
Awesome.
So thank you, Candy.
Awesome. And I tell you what, guys, it takes a lot of people behind the scenes. There's so many people, over 100 people today that have been behind the scenes helping us love and serve these families and really pushing out. And the one thing I don't think I've said in a while, keep the main thing the main thing. The formula for play is 10-10-10. And the reason it's 10-10-10, we're celebrating 10 years, and we're kicking off. We're asking you guys to ask 10 of your friends to give $10 a month, and none of that would be possible if it wasn't for the people behind the scenes. We cannot do it without them. So thank you guys, all the volunteers, over 100 of them. And that amazing volunteer just had some Busch Gardens Christmas passes.
Oh, and we hear the cowbell. That's right. And it is awesome to hear. And we have more of that coming up. We still have 3 hours to go that are packed full of some amazing information where you're going to get to be inspired, be engaged, and truly know more about how the formula of play works. So we, in the next hour, will have a recap of last year's Night for the Fight event and an interview with the incredible Mama Bear, Laura Vanderslice, and we'll be announcing the date for the 2019 Night for the Fight.
You don't want to miss it. Last year, we sold out for the Night for the Fight in 3 days. Yeah. And we're hoping and believing that we're going to sell out in 1 day this year, because I'm telling you, if you've never been to a Night for the Fight before, it's an event like you've never been to. It's not your normal gala. I promise you what you're seeing today, you'll see even more there. That Rock Solid Foundation believes that we should push the envelope, not because we want to grow an organization, but we want to push the envelope for our families fighting pediatric cancer. They deserve it, and we're going to constantly do it. Do not miss out on this next hour. It's going to be releasing the night for the fight, 2019 date, and you're not going to miss it. It's going to tell you also when the tickets go live and when you can purchase them, so put them in your phone.
Awesome. So we are going to see you there, and make sure you do those 3 simple actions. Give, share, comment, and we'll see you in just a few minutes. I know, we don't really know what these motions are. See you soon.